Hello, you might have come across this announcement on the Singapore Exchange website. It says the Straits Times Index ETF is now EIP. What does that mean? Well, help is at hand. By the way, nothing of what I'm about to tell you should be construed as investment advice. This is for your information only. But in essence, the Straits Times ETF gives you exposure to the broad Singapore market. It neither outperforms nor underperforms. It just gives you a one-for-one exposure to how the Straits Times Index is tracking. And this ETF, Exchange Traded Fund, is now an Excluded Investment Product, an EIP. Let me explain. In the wake of the financial crisis in 2009, the Monetary Authority of Singapore put certain financial products out of reach of retail investors. The concern was that some retail investors might not know what they're getting themselves into. And so the MAS instituted a so-called client account review, whereby in essence you had to sit a test before you could trade these so-called specified investment products, SIPs. Now, for quite some time, the exchange-traded funds, including the SPDR STI ETF, were a specified investment product. You simply had to sit the test before you traded in this ETF. But effective September the 30th, that's no longer the case. And the SPDR STI ETF joins 8 other exchange-traded funds in being excluded, or in other words, exempt from having to sit this test first. Here are the other ETFs. As I mentioned, SPDR STI ETF, along with the Nikko Asset Management ETF, which also tracks the Straits Times Index. Then there are quite a number of ETFs which track bonds and the bond markets. Here we have, for example, from iShares, Barclays Capital, 3 ETFs on here, which incidentally are also traded in dual currency. On the next graphic, you'll see an iShares JP Morgan bond ETF and the ABF Singapore Bond Index Fund. Rounding out these exchange-traded funds are 2 from CIMB. The CIMB FTSE ASEAN 40, tracking the top 40 stocks in the ASEAN region, and the CIMB Standard & Poor's Ethical Asia Pacific Dividend Exchange-Traded Fund. So these 9 funds are now tradable by investors without having to sit the client account review first. For more information on this and other issues that you might be interested pertaining to your investments, register at the Securities Investors Association website for the free newsletter that will come your way. Thanks for watching.